Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Ray?
Yeah, not bad. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm good.
Had a good weekend?
Very good. Great weekend. I was just telling you during that last song, went for a surf on Sunday. It was cold, but
You're keen.
you've got to be in it to win it.
You're as keen as Ron Atkins, who does the Golden Oldies show. He goes surfing in these conditions.
Okay, good.
Rain, hail, or shine. Good on you, Ron, if you're listening. Yeah. So what have you got for us today, Blake?
Well, we've just passed a big milestone. People forget about it. We don't have a public holiday for it. We don't have a massive celebration, but in the finance world, it's a very important one. End of financial year is here yet again. For some people, that might not be a good thing when they think of getting their tax returns done, getting their paperwork together. But end of financial year is a really good trigger for, I think, people to have a look at their finances, when they're sitting down with their accountant, meeting with a financial planner, getting all their finance together is a good time to look at what's happened in the last year and what can we change in the next year. What can we do to improve the next financial year? So I encourage all of my clients at the end of the financial year to sort of gauge where they are, what their goals are for the next financial year, what are they aiming to achieve, and how are they going to go about doing that.
Now, one thing I want to put forward to you, the situation in Greece, which they voted no, the referendum.
Oh, yes, they did, yes.
Is that going to affect us financially, in a way, in mortgages or interest rates?
Oh, I'm not the expert on what's happening in Greece, and it's quite a sad situation. Particularly, there was they had an option to get out and they didn't take it. Now, I'm sure there are reasons behind that on why they didn't take that option or why they voted no.
Yep.
I'm not sure what those reasons are. It's not a good situation financially, but as I've always said, we have the strongest banks in the world. Our big four banks are the strongest in the world, and we've got a very strong financial situation at the moment in regards to the Sydney property market. Mm-hmm. There are still things. The cash rate is low for a reason. There still needs to be a bit more trust in the economy. I'm sure the government wants people to still spend a bit more money, but we're nowhere near the likes of Greece, and the impact of that, I'm probably not the expert to talk about that. I'm here for you every day, mum and dad, to look at their home, their personal situation, and if everyone just looked at their own situation on the lower North Shore and looked at making sure that these big banks, they are strong, so let's make sure that they're giving us what they can. So reduce your interest rates, negotiate with the banks, look for a better rate, look at your tax situation, look at your savings plans. Some of the things I think it's really good to talk about when you're looking at your next financial year is to consider all your financial choices. So I get my clients, or I ask them sometimes for them, or get them to ask themselves, where are they currently headed? How should they alter things to secure what they want? What do they really want? And the question, should they pay off their home loan or put more into super? Do they have enough insurance in their super fund? Are they saving enough for the future? How much money will I need to be comfortable in retirement? How should we plan for holidays and new cars? These are important questions, I think, for North Shore mums and dads, families, is to look at all their financial situations and make a plan. We have access to tens of thousands of calculators that consider all your financial options. So it's just a matter of sitting down and actually looking at the calculators that we have available to you and working out where can you save money, what should you do with that savings, and are you on track for your financial future?
Okay. Just a quick one too, Blake. Refinancing, they can put all that into one package, the credit cards, the mortgage, the car, the boat.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
So, with the banks, you've got to prove you can always afford what we call servicing a loan, but refinancing is a good thing to sort of tidy up. So, yeah, exactly. When we look at the end of the financial year, look at all of our accounts, is it a good time not just to get a better rate, but tidy up what's happened in the last year? Have you got too many splits or loan accounts, too many credit cards, a car loan that sort of isn't going anywhere? So have a look at putting that all into one basket if that suits you, or consolidating it all onto the lowest rate possible.
Beautiful, Blake.
Once again, here I am, and Ray, I was just thinking during the last break. just so the listeners know, Ray, what I want to talk to you about just over the next couple of weeks, and I have been last couple of weeks, is mainly interest rates. And then next month, I'm going to come up with another topic of advice to give the clients. But I think if we can really get interest rates as a key thing for people to save money, that's what I'm really passionate about. So what I've set up, and next week I'm going to interview one of my clients who has every 3 years reviewed her home loan and found savings every 3 years. So I'm going to get her to explain how she found that process and what savings she's been able to find. So I'm really excited about that. But I've also brought in today a testimonial from one of our clients. Is that okay if I read it out to you, Ray?
Yeah, sure.
So I guess what we find is when a client looks at, and I discussed this last week, the cost versus the reward. The actual cost of refinancing your home loan for a better rate are low. And of course, no one would move banks without justifying it. So yes, there are costs involved, but there's got to be greater savings for you to move. And that's what we need to do, is sit down, look at all the costs and all the savings and make an informed decision. So I even had it this week, a client say that moving would cost her an arm and a leg, was her exact wording. Now, once we sat down, I showed her how over the life of the loan, by reducing her rate by just a small amount, would actually save her $168,000. Now,
Okay.
would you like that in your hand,
for sure.
Ray?
Oh, definitely. Now, about that, just quickly, of the term reverse loan on a mortgage.
A reverse mortgage.
A reverse mortgage. Is that mainly applied to seniors, pensioners?
It is, exactly.
Okay.
So it's sort of a retirement strategy. It's a way of people getting access to their equity in retirement, in their property, whilst they're not working. People need to be very have all the information before proceeding with a product like that. Make sure it is the best thing for them. So yeah, in a future segment, if listeners think that that's something they want to hear about, is reverse mortgages, please let us know. Email us, call us in, and we can definitely give some advice on reverse mortgages in the future.
Okay.
One of our clients we saved money on recently, she wrote to us afterwards, which is fantastic. My husband and I first met with James. He's my colleague at our Crow's Nest office in 2013, after feeling like just another number at one of the big four banks. It was truly refreshing to work with someone who was professional, interested in our needs and goals, and also understood our circumstances. What really impressed us about James was his depth of knowledge surrounding finances, mortgages, and what would work best for us. In 2013, he refinanced our existing home loan to best suit our situation, and he has recently helped us purchase a second property. On top of that, he has also sorted out our life insurance superannuation and also my husband's income protection. James and his team have not only streamlined our finances and given us great advice on our home loans, but has also earned our trust and respect. We would be more than happy to recommend his services. Now, obviously, that's a bit of a plug for us, but, this is a true testimonial from someone. And some of the key things in there, I'm talking about saving money on the interest rate, but everything we do needs to relate back to our dreams and goals. There needs to be a reason for us doing things, so we need to get to know our clients, their goals, their dreams. And so I encourage everyone, end of financial year, to look at the next financial year. What are your dreams and goals, and what are you going to do to achieve them?
Thank you very much, Blake. Blake Chandler, now, he can be contacted via email, blake.chandler@ybr.com.au, our sponsor, or you can give them a call on 1300 275 420, 1300 275 420. Blake, it was great talking to you, and I'll see you next week, mate. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Looking forward to it.
No worries at all.
Thanks, Ray.
Have a great week. Northside Radio FM 99.3, it's bang on 10:30.
Have you been thinking about refinancing your home loan so you can afford the odd holiday? You're just not sure if there is a suitable option. Why not speak to our experts at Yellow Brick Road? Learn how to spend less on your home loan and more on your investment dreams. Talk to our sponsor, Yellow Brick Road. Phone today, 1300 275 420, and speak to Blake Chandler or his local team. yellowbrickroad.com.au. Fees and charges may be payable. ACL 393195, AFSL 323825.
Station sponsors Super Value Variety Store, conveniently located at